and welcome to another episode of the Marion County Children Services Agency podcast. My name is Elizabeth Moore. I'm the Foster Care and Community Engagement Coordinator. And here with me today, I have Pauleina. Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Pauleina?
Yes. I'm an intake and assessment caseworker. I have been with the agency for, it'll be 2 years in July. What else?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's great.
That's it.
It's funny because like 2 years in July, and when we were talking earlier, I'm like, Pauleina hasn't even been here that long.
I know,
been here almost 2 years
It doesn't
now.
feel that long, but it's been 2 years.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about our ASAP, and Pauleina is here to educate all of us, including myself, a little bit more on ASAP. So let's start with, what is ASAP?
All right. So ASAP is a new approach to severe maltreatment reduction and quality improvement. So what we started out was, we were a pilot team. We sought out ASAP. We had to apply. We had to do all kinds of stuff, do all kinds of steps before they would actually take us. ASAP is reviewed by ODJFS, and they just provide us extra support throughout our investigations. ASAP's mission is to provide and share solutions and promote the well-being of children and families in need of a second chance. So their goal is just to be another set of eyes. They want to just help us, kind of set plans, set goals for our clients that need the extra help. And they're just another set of eyes for us, pretty much.
Okay. So how do they do that? Like, what are some things that they do to give you that? Like, so first I want to kind of backtrack. So you said ODGFS, and what some people don't know, or what some people assume, is that every county works the same way. And what's interesting is Marion County is not every county is like us. So we are separate from JFS, but still under the same umbrella. So
Yes.
when we talk about ODJFS, that is the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services. So even in Marion, we're not even in the same building as JFS. So when she's saying ODJFS, that's the state is giving us another set of eyes. So how does that look? Like, what do you mean when you say they give us another set of eyes?
So they will pick there's certain criteria to get involved with ASAP. So like the first one is ages 3 and below. If they've had 2 more investigations with us, then they'll flag us for it. Or ages 3 to 5, and if they have 3 more, and more of like the near fatality, just higher risk clients for us. So for me in intake, they'll send us an email. They do go through our history. They go through like criminal records, kind of just break down things that we don't really look into with being fast paced for us.
Yeah, because you guys don't have the time. There's no way you could do this.
And this is their job.
They
They sit down and they go through and break down. And it helps us as intake workers because we can get a better understanding of who our clients are, what they've gone through, what kind of resources we can link them with. And that's what we do. We always have our first initial staffing. We go over the history, and then we kind of set a plan. They're called action items, and we do 3 action items per staffing. So that's just like if we need to get a referral signed, or if we want to link them, if they know more programs out there in Marion County and I just didn't know it, I can better link them to that. And then after we do the action steps for our first staffing, we can always do a second staffing as well. And that's just if we need more help.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I have a question about that, because as we're going through this, is this something that a family knows that you guys are involved with ASAP with their case?
I've never went out and told my clients hey, I have somebody reviewing this case, but I always explain to them I might have more questions once I get back to the agency, once I review what we've gone through and your history. And sometimes I meet with the family before I know that they've been flagged for ASAP.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get that notification later. So, and if I always have to meet back up with the family, I just explain hey, I got some more questions for you. I don't want them to feel, like there's somebody else watching them. Kind of thing. So, but I don't ever.
Well, because the intent is not to show, to come down on the family, right?
No, this is totally for their advantage. It's something that can better help them with Lincoln with services. It's another pair of eyes, something that I might have not have noticed in their history that could potentially help me with helping them in their investigation. Let me see what else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And it's a better place to collaborate and learn other fields, I guess.
Okay.
So
you've already kind of answered some of these questions when you said, what do they offer the agency? What are some other expectations that they might have for you as a worker?
Pretty much they want good detail, asking the questions, and sometimes having those hard conversations with our clients. They really do. It's more of a challenge for us, kind of. They like to challenge us, really.
In a good way.
Yes, in a good way, That's pretty much it. It's just getting enough information for them and just trying to complete as much as you can before you meet with them.
So my understanding from talking to some other intake workers, because you guys are the ones who see this more, right, in intake?
Yes.
Now, ongoing can have some ASAP cases. Is
yes.
That right?
So if the case is flagged in intake and it needs further services,
Mm-hmm.
it'll go to the ongoing, and the ASAP will also go with it.
Oh,
it's
okay.
just part of it. Just will travel with the family as long as they're open.
So my understanding from hearing, I haven't talked to ongoing workers about it, but some of the other intake workers was it helps you really think outside of the box.
Yes. Oh yeah, and they definitely challenge each of us to think outside the box. Like how do you handle, for like an example, domestic violence? Those are always the hardest cases for us sometimes. So they challenge us by asking us questions like, what do you think could benefit the families, or what? And it just makes you think. It's struggling sometimes, but in the long run, it's very helpful.
Sure. So it helps enhance those critical thinking skills.
Yep.
Was there anything else you can think of that would help people understand ASAP, or how it serves the community, how it serves our families?
I mean, I think it's just a tool to better help us succeed with our clients. I guess it's pretty much
Okay.
it.
All right. So, Pauleina, have you watched my podcast?
No.
Okay, that's fine. You can say no. Have you already heard about this, though? That you get a
No.
secret question at the end?
Oh.
So, like, I sent you, like, a list. Well, you sent me the questions, some of
Yes.
the talking points for us to come up with. But then
Okay.
there's always an unscripted question,
Okay, that's
too.
fine.
Awesome. All right. So, what I do is I'll ask you the question, and you can take a minute, and I'll kind of, like, wrap up, like, what we talked about, and then I'll come back to you, and you
Okay.
can answer the
That's
question.
fine.
All right. So, one of the things that I would like to know is, what is it that makes you do child welfare? Like, what brought you here, or what keeps you here, since you've been here for almost 2 years now?
Yeah.
You're not that brand new caseworker anymore. What is it that makes you either love it or stay here, or what made you come here? So,
Okay.
all right, I'll give you a minute to
All right.
think about that. Some of the things I would like to just highlight is that ASAP is this accelerated program that our agency sought out so that we could better serve the community. Not every county has this in Ohio, so our agency actually applied for and became a pilot county for this program. So like Pauleina said, it really just helps our workers think differently about some of these cases. We're no longer doing the same old.
Mm-hmm.
Things look totally different in the world right now than they did 10 years ago or 15 years ago or whatever. And so how we serve families, we knew needed to be different also. And so we've been evolving and hopefully getting better in those processes. So,
Yes.
All right, Pauleina.
So the reason I love this job, I went to school for social work. I have a bachelor's degree in it. And my passion was always children or geriatrics. I've always was
Opposite
Yes.
ends of life. Okay.
I did my internship with geriatrics, and I've had some. As a child, I ended up living with my dad. My dad got custody of me, and I no longer saw my mom. So I've experienced kind of what some of these kids have gone through with like the GALs and people coming into your home, doing a walkthrough, talking to you. So like I've experienced that. So I think it's just a better understanding for me. I can empathize with some of these clients. and just be the voice that some of these kids don't have. And I think just at the end of the day, knowing that some of these kids that I do help are just in a better place, whether the circumstance. So that's why I've stayed here for so long. I don't plan on leaving anytime soon, so.
Great,
Yeah,
awesome.
that's pretty much it.
Well, thank you, and thank you for being on and sharing about ASAP. And if you have any questions about ASAP or any of the other programs that we are participating in or at the agency, please feel free to contact me, and I'll have my information down below. And as always, if you have any ideas for future episodes of the podcast, we will start highlighting the community partners again next month. So if you have any ideas of partners that we should be highlighting, please contact me. And as always, have a great week. Thanks.